Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to react on 5-minute crafts, and the video they posted on Facebook on 14 September 2020. Their video is called Surprising Plant Growing Hacks for Your Inner Gardener, and well, they are surprising. If you're already excited to see me react on this video, subscribe to my channel and have a thumbs up on the video. Let's have a look. So, I was scrolling on Facebook when I came by the video Surprising Plant Growing Hacks for Your Inner Gardener, and let's just have a look. Okay, so they are cutting a Okay, so it starts off by cutting a cactus with a knife, and it opens to be a watermelon. I mean, that's not even possible. Like, you would think, like with breeding, where they make new kinds of plants, you think there's so much possibilities, but I've never seen this before and it doesn't make any sense. Like, a watermelon is the fruit of a plant and a cactus is the whole plant. So let's just continue. I'm already... Okay, I'm just gonna watch. Okay, so they are using a knife to cut open the bark of a tree, I guess. They are putting in branches. Now they are taping. Okay. Nah, no, that's not even... I think what they are trying to show you is a way of grafting. I'm not sure what kind of brown branches these are, but they change from being broken off a tree to actually like spiked down and upside so that you can put it in the tree easy. Okay, then they tape it, which is something they do in grafting. And I see 4 branch kind of things here, and then I saw, let me go back, 6. So that doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not the same tree. Like, you could think this kind of thing is a way of tree shaping, like that's something that actually exists, but like it's mainly used to shape trees in a certain way you would want the shape to be, like a chair. I don't fully understand why you would do this. So let's just continue. Okay, so a cactus, they cut it open, then they put in some toothpicks, I guess. Yeah, you can take up a cacti with your bare hands. Then, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So, yeah, let me just pause it there. So, you can actually graft one cactus on the other one, but it's not exactly in the way that you see shown here in the video. So, like, they cut off the roots. This is good. They stabilize the down part because that's not really that stable. Then they take up the cacti with the bare hands. That's a bit weird, but young cacti aren't that sharp. The cacti, like, cut open, that's how you want to propagate your plants, because the tissue has to be connected to each other. You want the tissue of the cacti to be connected, just like shown here. So let's continue. So, drilling holes, putting something in which looked like young willow stems, I guess. That's isolation tape. And then they show off. No, that's not, I mean, no, that's not how it works. You see, like, here the down part of, by the way, this tree is Pachira aquatica, like money tree. They braid the tree together when it's like young, when it's like down here, and then they braid it up and up and up, and you will have this plant that you can buy in a nursery. But it's not like by drilling holes in some random trunk and then braiding it together and then no, that's not how it works. So I'm just going to go to the next one. That's here. Okay, use coffee grounds and a mushroom. I guess more coffee grounds, mushroom, coffee grounds, leaves. And then they show a clip of a sprouting mushroom. Yes, you can grow mushrooms in coffee grounds. That's totally possible. It's not really in the way that they show in the video. Like, I don't really understand why you would put leaves on top, like probably to recreate the forest situation, because you can find like fungi and mushrooms in a forest. There's a problem. Like, coffee grounds are, so you can use them as a growing medium, but they are not sterile. Sterile means it's actually clean of anything. And it takes some time for the mycelium, which is like the down part of the mushroom, and the mushroom itself, it's actually a fruiting body of this mycelium. It takes quite some time to grow, and you don't want anything else to interfere with that. Like, you don't want fungi or any bacteria or anything like being inside that same growing medium as this fungi is in. So normally when you want to grow them at home, like, the growing medium itself is already inoculated with the mushroom spores. So if you just put in some random pieces of mushroom, you're not actually sure if you're growing mushrooms, because you're not sure if the spores are inside. Anyway, let's just continue watching. Chia seeds, watering them, putting some plastic on top, putting holes in, 10 minutes. What? I mean, okay, so if you're just gonna put them in water and just leave them for 10 minutes, why bother even putting on this plastic lid? I mean, it's not like that you need to have a perfect humidity level inside of it, because the seeds are already soaked in water. So yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's continue. Why would you put, like, it's a dinosaur toy. Why would you? Okay, sprouting seeds. And you have, okay, that's pretty cool looking. I totally understand why they would put that in the video. They also show you like sprouting seeds that are in soil. I mean, there's no soil, so these seeds will at some point dry out and you will be left with like a dinosaur that has rotting seeds on it, rotting plants. That's not what you want to have at your desk. Anyway, I'm just going to continue with this video. Okay, so they're drilling a hole in a tree. Okay, they put in what looks like plums or apricots. If you drill a hole inside a tree trunk and just put in a branch, it's not going to work. What you want to do is that you want to have two of the same kind of surfaces that are cut in a way that they have as much surface touching as possible. So that's why they normally will cut into a V shape or like 45 degrees angle, so that the area of the both plants are touching as much. So it's the easiest way of them to grow together. And by just drilling a hole and just putting a branch in, I mean that's not going to work. And also the end result is like totally a different variety. I don't even get why you would want to do that. Okay, what's this? Yep. Okay. I think the down part is a daikon, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. And they put a chrysanthemum cutting inside the top, and then they put on some clay, and then it makes the daikon turn yellow. I'm not sure. I have never seen that bright yellow daikon varieties. I think that they just put like a hole in the ground, put the the plant in, like, and take it out a few seconds later with gloves on and just pretend that something has happened. I mean, you want to serve up your thing nicer, or I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah. So let's just continue. Okay. So a tomato plant. Potato. Okay. Putting in the branch. Putting tape around. And then have coloring. Oh yeah. Okay. So I know what they are trying to show you here. It's something that's actually done. So you graft a tomato top of the plant on the down part that is a potato plant, which is also logical. They're in the same family, like the nightshade family. So it's an okay thing to do, let's say. But here they actually like cut a branch of the tomato plant and put it on another branch of the potato. But what they normally do is put the stem on the stem. And it works, but you don't have such big potatoes or tomatoes because like the sugars that are produced in the leaf can only go to one place. It's like either to the potato or the tomato, not both. So you will have small tomatoes and small tomatoes, and they will not ripen that much or grow that big. It's something that works, but I'm not a big fan of it, but it works. Okay, so a rose plant. Okay, they cut off some of the cortex. Put a banana around it. Okay, then. Yeah, now the banana just got down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, and it even makes the roses flower. Like, okay. What I saw was a banana peel that they put around the rose stem, and they put in a plastic bottle and they put in some soil, and no, it's okay. The thing is, banana peels have potassium, and potassium is a mineral that plants need for like growing and for water retention. But plants mainly take up minerals by their roots, and here you're putting it directly on the stem, and like it doesn't transport to the xylem, which normally it goes. And I think I would advise to actually compost the banana peel so that the potassium comes out of the banana peel, and then put that soil on the plant and not put the banana peel on the plant itself. Okay, so a plant. And cutting away all the branches, then slicing. Okay, yeah, that's a kind of good way of grafting. Then putting a fruit back. No, that's not how it works. You can't just put leaves and then put a fruit on the plant. I mean, if you want to have like a pepper plant, what you have to do is you take out the seeds from the pepper and you plant it in the soil, and a plant will grow. So I don't understand why you would do this, and it's not, there's no way this is real. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and it would be great if you could subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up to this video. Have a look around and start to grow your knowledge. Bye!